Good evening, folks. What an awesome privilege it is to be in your homes together with you tonight. When we do life together and have home group together, I hope you've got something warm like I do in your hands. And let's kick this off. We live in a place of constant change, and we all have to get to grips with these things. And sometimes change can be a very scary thing. People become very complacent and used to what is happening around them, and very often these things have to change. Psalm 34 verse 4 to 7 says this: I sought the Lord, and he answered me. He delivered me from all of my fears. Those who look to him are radiant. Their faces are never covered with shame. This poor man called, and the Lord heard him. He saved him out of all his troubles. The angel of the Lord encamps around those who fear him, and he delivers them. We can see that God allows for fear, but he allows us to overcome that fear as well. He allows us to come to him and ask him to assist us with our fears and to overcome those fears. Overcoming fears and becoming part of the process of change gives people a sense of ownership of the new. They actually adopt the new and become part of the new. So their change is from one of fear to one of really striving towards the change and grasping that change and really going for it. What must we be willing to change? We must be willing to change ourselves, our hearts, our minds, will, and emotions. Complacency and comfort, that's the enemy of change. When we don't want to change, that will inside of us that prevents change from happening, that's what has to change. And these things are difficult because we are creatures of habit. We are used to the normal. We tend to rather stay with the comfortable, where we know what's happening. We rather not seek out the change. But I want to urge you to change your mind about those things and to really go for change. We are not alone in our area of change. Ephesians 4 from 11 to 13 says this: So Christ himself gave the apostles, the prophets, the evangelists, the pastors and teachers to equip people for the works of service, so that the body of Christ may be built up until we reach unity in the faith and in the knowledge of the Son of God, and become mature, attaining to the whole measure of the fullness of Christ. If you look around the room where you're sitting now, those are the people that's going to help you navigate change. Those are the folks that's going to be standing alongside you as things change around us, as things change in our lives, as things change in people's lives around us. And remember, you are going to be there helping the person next to you in this time of change. So, just to go through a couple of questions that we'd like you just to speak about and discuss and in your groups. Let's start with question 1, the first one. What is one area in your life that you have identified that has to change? And what are you doing to implement that change? Pause the video for a while, talk about these things, and we'll get back with question 2. I hope that every single one of us has identified areas in our own lives that have to change. Question 2. What changes is God bringing about in your life currently? Pause the video, talk about those things, and just discuss what God is doing in your life currently. So I'm sure by now that you can see that God is working in every single person's life. And I think that He's pushing us all towards the same goal. Question number 3. I'm sure that you've noticed a couple of changes at Foresight Church. For one, there's many more people joining every single week. We are seeing more and more new faces. And for some people that's in home group now, perhaps that's your first time in home group. So thank you for being part of the body of Christ. With all the new people constantly joining church, how does that challenge you to grow out of your comfort zone? Pause the video and just chat about those things. Folks, it's been so awesome to spend a little bit of time with you. I trust and hope that there's been some good conversations around these topics. Change is here to stay. It's going to always be with us. And we thank you that you are with us. Be blessed, have a great week, and we'll see you on Sunday. Cheers.